I wanted to share with you this blessing that I got. All these mangoes, and they're ripe. And I wasn't sure what I was going to do with them, but I think I'm going to make some salsa with them. Now I can't make the salsa now because the tomatoes aren't in season. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to cut these and get the mangoes out of them, and then we're going to cut them in cubes, and then I'm going to freeze them. And that way when the tomatoes come in this summer later on, we can have some mango salsa. Yum yum. So that's just something I'm working on today. I love receiving gardening gifts from all of you. And this is something I've actually wanted probably 10 years, and I never grew it. These are what you call the Egyptian walking onions. And one of you beautiful people gave me some. They asked me, they said, Tessie, did you ever grow them? And I'm like, no, I've always wanted to. So she gave me these from her garden, and we're gonna go ahead and plant them. The walking onion, what it does is it produces like a seed head, and when that falls, then more of them produce. So it's amazing. So it will reseed itself over and over again. So we're gonna go and plant these right away. Today's a perfect time to plant things because there's no sun is out. When you're transplanting or when you're planting any kind of transplants or seeds, on a cloudy day really is the best. Here are the sunflowers, and what happened was they got really leggy. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to plant them really deep. And that's what happens when you have things that are leggy. So we're gonna plant them really deep. Alright, so I have my row of sunflowers, and I'll show you that in a minute. It's really important for me to work early in the morning before the bugs get really bad, because the bugs get horrible down here. So I have a lot of tilling I got to do because I got to keep the garden clean, really clean, and the weeds grow really quick this time of year. I mean, overnight stuff just grows. This is the herb garden. The rhubarb is starting to flower. I need to take the flowers off the rhubarb so I can harvest it. The garden is growing faster than I'm able to keep up right now. And I want to thank the lovely subscriber who got me this bunny. Now I have my Peter Rabbit inside the house, and I have one outside. And I just think he is adorable. Alright, so that's what everything looks like for now. Got a rototill, get things looking much better. Then I have to go through the carrots, and we have to weed out the carrots. Yep, today's a big day for me. This is Mr. McGregor's Peter Rabbit garden. I hope my garden inspires you. And I hope that you enjoy watching it as it grows, as we harvest, and the whole summer projects that we have. Alright, so this is the little area that my granddaughter's made. And I planted some sunflowers here, and this will be a permanent bed as well. So the whole side of my garden is permanent bed, and then this will be a permanent bed. Alright, so now with the magic of the camera, the whole garden is tilled up. Now I know what area I have to plant the rest of my plants. I have so many plants, I really misjudged this year, but we're going to fit them all in. I have some cosmos, which is our flowers, and so I put them amongst my herbs to give it some pop of color. I really believe in having color with your herbs. It just makes things really pretty. Then I have a kind of, I'm not sure what it's called. It's edible. It's like a leaf of like a lettuce leaf. And then we have some thyme, which was grown by seed. And I also have my thyme from the refrigerator at the grocery store. If you guys remember that video, that thyme is going to be up here on the deck. And I also have some tomato plants, which I need to find, which I have some room for. So we're going to go ahead and plant these, and I'll show you what the garden looks like all tilled up. Single year I seem to grow more herbs and less vegetables. I don't know, it seems like the older I get, the more I'm enjoying my herb flower beds. But vegetables are important too. I planted over 60 tomato plants because tomatoes are something very important to me. All right, so we got to look for a little area here. Well, right here is some area, and this is where we're going to plant some of our flowers. Now, I planted onions here. I'm keeping the one plant, but the rest of the plants I'm going to move into my bed that has the garlic in it. And there's the view of my garden. And I want to work on those carrots. All right, now I'm going to give you an update. Back in March, and I'm going to share with you the video, how we did this at the end of this video. Remember we went to the grocery store and we got little sprigs of thyme and all kinds of herbs, and we just replanted them? Remember I taught you how to do that? These are what it looks like. So these are my thymes. Here's my tarragon. And my rosemary is really tiny yet. So the rosemary I'll show you when I'm finished here. But this is the thyme. Remember I got the strawberries from the Dollar Tree? Remember? Those are the strawberries. And then I bought 2 rosemary. But let me show you the rosemary while I'm here. Let me just show it to you. This is what the rosemary looked like from the grocery store. Now, about 4 of them look like this, and the rest didn't take very well. But they do take, you just got to keep working at it. But thyme, oregano, basil, look at the tarragon, it's beautiful. Those did amazing. So I'm going to go and I'm going to plant them, and then I'm going to work on some other things in the garden. My beloved lemon verbena. I love lemon verbena. It's my favorite herb all time. One year I planted it in the garden and it just didn't do very good. So from then on, I planted up here in this planter. All of these oranges, these were actually oranges thrown away. These were oranges from the dumpster. And they weren't very good at all. They weren't spoiled, but they weren't very good. They had no flavor. But I got them because I'm going to dehydrate these oranges. Now we'll use these for potpourri, for crafts, and use it for all kinds of things. I also like taking the oranges, and once they're totally dry, I like to crumble them up and add them to my soap. So this is how you can take food that is non-edible anymore, and you can still use it for something else. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to dry these oranges. So I sliced them up like this. I think there was 2 grapefruits in as well. So you don't just dehydrate food for edible, you can do it for crafts. Dehydrate flowers, all kinds of things. So I'm going to sit and work on this today on a beautiful day. I'm going to run my dehydrator outside. That way I'm not heating up the house. I love days like this.